Hi, Peter here on the YouTube channel PeterAndDoxie, sailing from New South Wales to Queensland. It is day 190 and I think day 49 of being ashore here in the Roslyn Bay area. So yeah, I'm a local. Pretty much. I've seen more than most locals actually, as they keep telling me, oh yes, we should have gone to see that. Anyway, you're welcome. Yeah, so here we are. It is Thursday the 13th of November. Apparently things are going quite well at the boat. Doing all the connections to the engine now. The propeller apparently is being completed today. So we should have that probably Monday morning. And if that's the case, they're talking about splashing Monday afternoon. Ah, man, would that be great. Anyway, let's not count our chickens. I've been on this trip long enough to know better than that. So, but at least we have some time speak here, which is really good. Today, we went into Emu Park and went to the Railway Museum. Well, it's more than a railway museum, it was other stuff as well. So it was quite interesting, actually. Actually better than I thought it would be. So yeah, just shared a few snippets of that coming up. Some colourful characters, some of whom you will know. So yeah, stay tuned for that. And yeah, maybe an update about the boat as we go through. So yeah, enjoy. So off we go to check out the museum. Sort of called the Railway Museum, but yeah, I think it's just a museum of Emu Park, really, in the area, which actually we found quite interesting. And here we are, downtown. Museum over there. We'll have a wander through and see what they've got. And you find these emus all around the place with information. So the first thing you come across when you get to the museum is a memorial to a seemingly very colourful character called King O'Malley. Now, depending on who was asking him, he was said to have been born on the 4th of July 1858, either in Kansas, USA, or in Quebec, Canada. The Quebec Canada was very handy because it meant he was a British subject and therefore could enter politics in Australia later in his life. So anyway, poetic license, who knows? So his arrival in Australia basically in 1888, he arrived with a lead coffin and tuberculosis. Doctors had basically given him 6 months to live, so he had his coffin all ready to go. But he was nursed for almost 2 years in a cave just near the shore by a Aboriginal man, and an Aboriginal man even, called Kawunga. And once King was well, he walked with Kawunga to Rockhampton. Kawunga disappeared into the bush, didn't want any reward or anything. His job was done, and off he went to his life. King then walked basically to Adelaide via Sydney and various places, about 2,000 kilometres. Was it miles? I'm not quite sure, but a long way. So what did he do? Basically, he got into local politics and became a very prominent figure in the new federal Australia. He co-founded the Commonwealth Bank and was very much instrumental in planning Canberra, driving the first survey peg. So yeah, he went on to do quite a few things. So for a guy who only had 6 months to live, he did pretty well. I think he died in about 1950 something, so I can't check that because I don't have my glasses on, so this is all memory. So yeah, quite a colourful character anyway. So that was the start of the museum. So why a railway museum in Emu Park? There's no railway here. Nothing. So yeah, that's the beauty of history, isn't it? It's been and gone, and yeah, we didn't have a museum, it would be forgotten. But we go back to 1867, and the residents of Rockhampton basically got a petition together because they wanted to have somewhere to go on the coast, just for respite from the weather and somewhere to go on holidays, basically. People didn't go very far. So that's when Emu Park was mooted and, created, if you like. So there was a settlement on the coast, closest possible to Rockhampton, which is probably about 30 to 40 kilometres on the present road. So to get people there, a railway was required. So they basically approved that in 1885. And after several delays due to weather and stuff, flooding, it was open on the 22nd of December 1888. So in time for Christmas and, of course, the Christmas holidays. So that would have been very popular. The line ran at a loss. It ran in isolation, basically. It was there basically just as a service. So people in Rockhampton could go to the coast. It was eventually joined up with the other lines, but it was never a money-making exercise because it ran at a loss. And eventually in 1978, it was disbanded. You still see bits of the track around, but for the most part it's all gone, and things have moved on. And this is obviously where they do the maintenance, as well as keeping some of the railway maintenance stuff. It's one of those jigs. Everybody would love to have a go on one of those, especially after seeing them on cartoons and stuff. And this is the watch house Lockup, once occupied by a famous actor. Who would that be, I wonder? Errol Flynn, of course. So he got to spend a bit of time here cooling off after causing a bit of mayhem, as was his habit, whilst he was here on his yacht Sirocco. So many amazing ship models, and some of them so intricately done. It must have taken thousands of hours. So yeah, it was actually very interesting. Okay, it's now Friday morning. I didn't quite get around to finishing that video last night. But yeah, it's now We've scheduled Doxie going back in the water on Tuesday morning between 9 and 9:30. The propeller is supposed to arrive at 10 o'clock on Monday morning. And of course, once it's fitted, they'll be painting what they call prop speed onto it, which is an anti-foul for propellers, basically. So, and that requires 8 hours of drying. So that was another reason for shifting it to Tuesday. Late on Monday, I think the tides would have been all wrong too. I think that was also another problem. So yeah, looks like we've got that all sorted now for Tuesday morning. Yeah, I better go and get some supplies pretty soon. Start thinking about all of that, looking at the weather even. So anyway, good problem to have at last. So thank you for following along. Yeah, obviously there's going to be more happening, so don't you touch that dial, as they say. Yeah, thanks for following along. This is Dawn Raider, out.